Hi there, it's Łukasz for the Tech Travel Geeks, and today we're going through the setup and some first impressions of the Oculus Quest 2, the new all-in-one virtual reality headset. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks to see more videos from us. Alright, we recently unboxed the Oculus Quest 2 VR headset, and we went through the build and some of the hardware features of the device. Today, let's pick up where we left off and see what the setup looks like. While the headset is standalone and doesn't require to be plugged into a PC or a console, it does require some setup through an app. We'll use the Google Pixel 5, which we recently unboxed on our channel. To start, let's first download the Oculus app from Google Play Store. As we mentioned in our previous video, since Oculus is owned by Facebook, it's now required to log into Facebook to start using the device. Unless you already have an Oculus account, but even that will be disabled soon. We'll just log into my personal Facebook account. For some reason, I had an issue with logging in to start with. The screen was not changing, so I ended up putting the headset on. Before that, I also removed the battery protection from one of the controllers, as I didn't do it last time. Once I switched the device on, the app finally started working again, and I managed to connect my Facebook account with the Oculus app. I created a new account, but if you've already had an Oculus account, you can use that instead. In that case, all of your apps should be eventually ported, but I heard there were some teething issues to start with, depending on where you migrated from. Okay, now the account is set up, you need to give some permissions for location and set your username and avatar. I didn't bother with the photo for now, I might do it later. Then comes the part people are most concerned about. The visibility of what others see. You can pick who can see your activities on Oculus and who can see your Facebook name there. I didn't want my activities to be shared with others, but I didn't mind my name being there for my friends to see, so I went with that. Then you need to set a PIN for making purchases, which is especially useful if you have children and don't want them to make purchases using your credit card. Granted, the minimum age requirement is 14, so make sure you keep that in mind. You can then add a credit card, but we'll skip this part here. Once you're done, you have to select your device, in our case the Oculus Quest 2. You now need to enter the 5 digits from the Quest itself. So let's switch to the device. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to record the setup of the headset. You can only record what you're seeing once everything's set up, and filming the lenses was very tricky. So I'll just describe the process instead as I went through it. To start with, put the headset on and adjust it accordingly. Make sure it fits into your face quite closely, but doesn't press so hard that it hurts. You can also get the Elite strap to get the better fit, but unfortunately people have been experiencing issues with it snapping, so best to hold off while it's being resolved. Once you switch it on, you get into this strange void with just the controllers visible, assuming you have them nearby and charged. There's no pairing needed, it just works. You start with just the language selection and progress with the IPD or the interpupillary distance. There are 3 settings. The narrowest 61mm or smaller, the middle between 61 and 66mm, and the widest 66 or more. You should pick the distance where the screen is the sharpest and most comfortable for you. I picked the middle setting and it seems alright. Just make sure you don't touch the lenses with your fingers when doing this to avoid smudges. Once you're done, make sure you have your Wi-Fi password handy, as you'll have to enter it to connect to the internet. I can't say typing complex passwords in VR is my favorite thing to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do. After connecting online, there's a safety video which shows how to ensure you're safe when you enter virtual reality. There's a reminder about not using the headset outdoors, as we discussed in the last video, and instructions on how to set the guardian boundaries, which will tell the headset where it's safe for you to move and alert you once you leave the safe space. Then there's a software update, which takes a while, so you can take the headset off as it will notify you. As this was happening, I checked on my phone, which actually started pairing with the app, which is also the last step of the installation process. You might be asked to enter some code, but I didn't have to do that. Since I was getting a bit impatient, I ended up looking through the Oculus App Store to find the 2 games I was interested in. First off, it was Beat Saber, the rhythm game which was one of the main reasons I got the device in the first place. I resisted purchasing any expansion packs for now, since there's plenty of songs built in, but I'm sure I'll be getting Linkin Park and Green Day packs soon. I also got a few apps like YouTube VR and Echo VR, which is a zero-gravity social lobby and a game, so I'll be sure to test it out. I also got Netflix, and finally, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, which is a game I definitely want to try out, as a fan of The Walking Dead. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to it for sure. Alright, now that everything's set up, let's get back to VR. There was a bit of a firmware update for the controllers when I got back, but that didn't take long. Finally, the last step is setting up the Guardian area, which will allow you to safely move around your room while you're in VR and prevent you from hitting something. You just need to first place your controllers on the ground for the system to know where the ground level is, and then draw some virtual boundaries where you can walk or stand safely. I really like this process. It will remember the location, but when you move outside, you have to redefine the play area, which is fair enough. And that's finally it. We're now all set up. Now that we're finally in the VR space, we can start recording, so you'll be able to see what I'm seeing, just without all the depth. My games are still downloading, so let's try and look at what's available. Let's actually check out the first steps in the VR experience, which helps you learn the controls in the VR. The intro takes a moment, but once it ends, you can learn more about your environment. You'll learn about the Guardian system, the controls, and all the buttons, as well as using your virtual hands. You get to play with some objects on the table in front of you. It's much more fun than I expected, especially the rocket, which gave me the biggest smile. As well as the boxing ball, which I played with more than I expected. So much fun. Once you're happy with this, you can change the cartridge and learn to shoot. It's quite a basic game, but it's still fun and it's good to get a hang of it. Alright, but what are my thoughts about VR so far? I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. My biggest favorite for now is Beat Saber, which is a lot of fun and very challenging. I also like the fact that it's great for both casual gamers and more serious ones. I got my girlfriend, who's not a gamer at all, to join me, and she's been loving it, getting very competitive in Beat Saber, which is great to see. There are also a lot of non-gaming things to do in VR, like watching 360 videos, or experiencing travel, or just chatting with other people online. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. That's it for now, but let us know if you're interested in more VR content in the comments below. Leave us a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks for more videos from us. But for now, thanks for watching!